Dad, what's today's daily crypto news?
Well, as you consider your investments, and if one of them happens to be crypto, it's important to know history, right? You got to study what you're investing in, you got to know the background. And one of the things I remember, and I remember very well because I've been following this very closely from the moment I decided I'm going to put one hard-earned red cent of my money into this. You get to know the players. And I think it was just like a year ago, maybe a little bit more, we were watching Jamie Dimon testifying before Congress right there with his buddy Pocahontas, Liz Warren, and her quote-unquote anti-crypto army that just went, it was nowhere. Nobody ever saw anything. She was all of it, and it was all, fictitious. But he was telling everybody before Congress that only criminals use crypto and Bitcoin, and yeah, that's all it's for. And I'm reminded that the vast majority of my lifetime, and I guess as far back as I can remember, the dominant currency in the United States has been what? What has it been?
The US dollar.
And most of the crimes committed using what currency?
US dollar.
Yeah, man. The mobsters, the drug dealers, what else?
I wouldn't even be surprised if foreign crime still operates on the US dollar.
Any monetary crimes, they've been committed in US dollars. Come on, man. Do they really expect people to be that dumb? And that's the really insulting part. They want to insult us with the idea that the vast majority of crime happens on crypto. Come on. Even now, yeah, there is crime that occurs using crypto, no doubt. It's a form of money, but even with today's numbers, I think they only account for maybe a little more than 1% of all the crime committed with money, something around there. It's not that much. And so they know this. We can easily look this up, and yet they sit there before Congress while we're paying for them to be there to lie to us. And now, of course, now they can't get in fast enough. Now they know, they've known all along that XRP and Ripple were going to win this thing. In my opinion, they were part of the group of people that were trying to subvert and kill Ripple, the company, and derail XRP's road to success. I think they were buddies with all those corrupt people at the SEC because Jamie Dimon was there talking with Pocahontas, and Pocahontas was good buddies with Gary Gensler, who was viciously pursuing Ripple, even though in his own lessons when he used to teach at MIT, he clearly stated Ripple was great. It's a great solution and blah, blah, blah. He couldn't write more glowing reviews of crypto and its position in the financial world. But when he became SEC chair, the whole thing changed. And of course, we know where his alliances were. They were with Liz Warren and in my opinion, also Jamie Dimon, based on what I saw. But now, of course, money talks and bullshit walks, as they say, and they're running to the money because that's where it's at. And they knew it even back then. They knew when Ripple would win, this would happen.
Crypto Barbie posted, remember what JP Morgan said in 2021. If Ripple wins SEC lawsuit, XRP is poised for significant adoption. Everything is possible from now on. JP Morgan, if Ripple wins SEC lawsuit, XRP is poised for significant adoption.
Yeah, is there a date on that? I think there's a date up.
It's tiny, November 20, 2021.
Yeah, in 2021, what was that, guys? That was the year right after they filed a lawsuit. They filed a lawsuit in December of 2020, and right before Christmas too. My God, that was just ridiculous, man. And mind you, that was with the SEC chair, gosh, I forget the guy's name, but he was under Trump. So, you have to wonder, what are these guys thinking? But I can't remember that SEC chair's name, but he's working with Trump again, so it must have been something Trump wanted. I don't know. Sometimes you never know what's really cooking in the background, but I do know that when Gary Gensler took off, he was very aggressive with it, almost as if he was on the same page. So JP Morgan over here thinking, hey man, maybe this is what's going to finally kill the thing that gets in our way, because Ripple owns the patents. So if you can kill the company, you can take over their patents and just move forward with your own idea of how things should be working out. And if you own the patent, well, JP Morgan would gladly own the patent to this faster technology, right? Mm-hmm. They'd love to be the main bank with all that stuff, right? But no, it's Ripple that has it, and JP Morgan can't compete without infringing on the patent. And so that's not going to happen, right? So even then they could acknowledge that Ripple was going to position very well once they won that lawsuit. And it was never an if. They were going to win it. You could just see it in the argument. Even the when the lawsuit was filed by the SEC, the charges, they were ridiculous. I mean, it was, and I'm just a layman here, right? I'm not an attorney, but I could look at them and say that it's preposterous, it's phony. And sure enough, every time there was an argument before any judge, they fell flat. The SEC argument fell flat. And so it was just a matter of time, and they dragged it out. And so here we are today, and if we were smart enough and we had enough, will and intestinal fortitude, if you will, to get through all of that, and you kept stacking even through those years, today you're very happy. Mm-hmm. Are we very happy?
I'm thrilled.
Yes, we are. We're very happy. All of us stuck to our guns, and a lot of our friends did as well. And some of them really stuck some serious coin in those days because they could see what I could see, you know. And so, you know, there was high confidence, and of course now, you know, we're rewarded for our conviction. So just it's important to know the history of these things, know the players, think critically. Because good things come to those who actually apply themselves and don't allow themselves to be swayed by the crowd. All right, because the crowd isn't always right. You got to really think about what you're doing when you invest. If this isn't for you, don't do it. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. There's other opportunities in the world. But man, I know I've never seen anything like this in my 56 years. And I don't know if I'll ever see anything quite this good again. So luckily, I've been able to get in. My daughter's in. She's got her little stack. My boy has his. My wife has hers. And many of my dear friends have their nice stacks. And I'm glad that they were smart enough to listen to what I had to say about this and make up their own minds. And then they chose to basically make a bet with their hard-earned money, and they're being very handsomely rewarded. And hope many of you have had the same experience. So like, share, subscribe. Let us know what you think about this in the comments. We will see you guys on the next one. Till next time.
Adios, amigos.
Bye.